Welcome. I'm Brian Harris, still the assistant chief. I introduced Brian Bryce, the fire chief. He's going to be starting the ceremonies off for us, and he's going to be retiring April 25th, just 35 days away-ish, 35 days away. Yep, so ask everybody to come on back for that big celebration as well. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Chief Bryce.
So again, you see a theme here, Brian and Bryan. If you get confused, Brian number one, Brian, as I've referred to him for the last 8 years, my number two, Bryan. So there's always Bryan 2, who will be the new Bryan 1. Thank you all for coming today. We were hoping for a little bit more sunshine, but again, at least it's not pouring rain. At least last time when we did the opening here, we had a very windy, blustery day, so we've got a little bit better weather. So we appreciate everybody coming out for this. These are one of those events that are just so exciting in our fire service, right? Is the opportunity to promote not just the fire chief, but several of our folks and move them up through the ranks. I look at this as the two most exciting things that we could do in the fire service are, one, hire the folks and swear them in and get them pinned, and then do that retirement at the end. So this fits right in with one of the things we love to do because it shows the growth. It shows the evolution of that fire department. You all came here probably to hear me drone on and on and on and on and on. Rob's nodding his head yes, so I will do that. I just wanted to take a few minutes and just talk a little bit about Bryan. I was trying to think, what do I say that doesn't sound so overly flowery, so over the top, that he walks out of here and he bumps his head on every doorway because he can't get through anymore. But just a few things to think about. I think if I never asked him that, but I don't think in April of 1997, when he started here in Mount Vernon Fire, he thought, this is my destination. This is where I want to be. Most firefighters don't. They don't enter the fire service thinking, I'm going to be the fire chief someday. But if you look at his history, at his resume, his background, from his time promoting through to lieutenant, to captain, to battalion chief, and then assistant chief, if you look at his time as the union president here in the city, a non-commissioned officer for 20-some years with the Air Force, those are all leadership places. Those are all things that grow. So I don't think it would take a rocket scientist to look at that background, to look at the things he's done to prepare him, to see that he wasn't destined for this position. The only thing I'm grateful for is in 2016, he didn't have one of the key requirements for this position. Otherwise, I think Mayor Boudreau at that point in time would have just promoted him up right then and there, and he would have been here for the last 8.5 years instead of me. So for that, I'm grateful for him. That being said, again, I don't want to get all flowery and mushy, but when I got here, Bryan was a big help to me. He was a battalion chief. He was in charge of our training. He really helped me to understand this department, and for that, I'm gratefully appreciated. In 2019, when we opened up the assistant chief position, it was pretty clear that he wanted that position. It was pretty clear that he was going to do a great job there. So again, I was grateful that he was willing to step into that role. And again, I think despite some discussion with his wife about moving from shift to staff and the concern over what's his availability at home, he made that leap. And from there, it's been a great partnership. And I will say it is a great partnership, and I wish you the best with that, with your new Assistant Chief, James, because it's invaluable to you as a chief going forward. For his family, you did a great job. He's an amazing person. My mind is looking everywhere. Amazing person. He is kind, he's considerate, he cares about his community, the people he works with, so you did a great job there. For the family that he's going to still have to be around, he's going to need that additional support and help because there's going to be those phone calls, there's going to be those frustrations. Just help him work through those things as he goes on. And for those in the department, again, help support him, give him the encouragement, give him the honest feedback because he's going to need that as he continues on in his new position. That's all I'm going to say about Bryan because that's all I can handle at this point in time. So I'd like to turn it over to Mayor Donovan.
Thanks, Chief. I mean, he's all right. Today is a really good day. It's always a really good day when you can promote someone from within your own organization, which is why today is even a better day, maybe the greatest day ever, because we get to do that 4 times. And each person that comes up here today has earned a level of trust and respect and responsibility that they've worked really hard for here within the Mount Vernon Fire Department. I am incredibly proud of Bryan and of all 4 of our candidates today. I'm proud of this department and the hard work that all of them do and their commitment to serving our residents here in Mount Vernon. It's extremely important to me that hard work is rewarded, and one of the ways that we do that is looking internally first when we recognize and develop new leadership. So I'm appreciative to Chief Bryce for embracing that value and really walking that out and making some great leaders. Bryan, are you ready to do this thing?
Well, let's do it.
I have resisted calling you Chief for a really long time. It's going to be strange. I don't call you number 2. That's
It's awkward.
yeah. All right, come on up, raise your right hand, and we'll make this official. I, Bryan Harris,
I, Bryan Harris,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution and laws
and the Constitution and laws
of the State of Washington
of the State of Washington
and the ordinances of
and the ordinances of
the City of Mount Vernon,
the City of
Washington,
Mount Vernon, Washington,
that I will faithfully and impartially
that I will faithfully and impartially
perform and discharge
perform and discharge
the duties of Fire Chief
the duties of Fire Chief
for the City of Mount Vernon,
for the City of Mount Vernon,
in and for the County of Skagit,
in and for the County of Skagit,
State of Washington,
State of Washington,
according to law
according to law
and to the best of my ability and understanding.
and to the best of my ability and understanding.
Congratulations.
Come on, slow my roll tiger.
Ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen, Chief Bryan Harris.
Thank you. You pin me first. Straight. Right there. Thank you. All right. Well, thank you very much. I kind of have a history of flying off the cuff with speeches, but this is a pretty important day, so I wanted to write some things down so I'm not forgetting anyone or anybody. But thank you all for being here, elected officials, department staff, friends, community members, and of course my family. Seeing all of these faces here in one place is truly humbling and slightly nerve-wracking at the same time. It's not every day you give a speech in front of your boss, your staff, city leaders, and your family all at once. Today is a tremendous honor for me as I officially accept the position of Fire Chief. After 28 years with this department, I can honestly say this place has seen me at my best, they've seen me at my worst, and everything in between. And chiefs aren't perfect, and neither am I. In fact, while I was on probation here in the fire department, I shared my desperation with my mom one day in fear that Chief Hofstad was going to fire me. After I lost a portable radio, I nearly yanked a boat out of the Kappa Kappa Fire diesel shop with an extension cord when it was attached to ladder 125, and I managed to stop underneath a railroad crossing arm when a train was going by at night. True story. It happened, and she probably remembers that day too, because I really didn't know what it was going to be like coming back the next day and whose office I was going to be sitting in. But I came back to work, and I found back then it was just like an overhead projector thing. They don't do that anymore. But my lieutenant at the time and maybe some of the crew made some fun and some light of that, and I knew I was going to be okay. When I started here nearly 3 decades ago, I had no idea the journey I was going to be beginning. Like Chief Bryce said, when you get into the fire service, it did not ever cross my mind that I was ever going to be a fire chief, let alone in this department. I just knew I wanted to be a firefighter and I wanted to be a part of something bigger than myself. What I didn't fully realize at the time, it also meant becoming a part-time plumber, an electrician, a therapist, a mechanic, a cook, and occasionally enduring all of the pranks firefighters like to play on each other. We truly are a jack of all trade. And I still don't know who put all the rocks in my Class B uniforms the other day. It was a while ago, but that's the kind of fun we like to have around here. As I've moved through the ranks, even as union representative, I gained more than just brass on my collar. I gained experience, perspective, and a deep respect for what it takes to lead this profession. I also gained a few gray hairs along the way and a growing appreciation of extra belt loops in your belt and ibuprofen. To the elected officials and city leadership, thank you for placing your trust in me. I'm honored to continue working closely with you and serving this community. I promise to lead with integrity and listen before I speak, and not only ask for, I said that wrong, and not only ask for budget increases after I've brought donuts to a meeting. We wish it all were that easy. To the men and women of this department, you're the reason I show up here every day, and you're my purpose. I've had the privilege to work beside you, sweat with you, laugh with you, and yes, occasionally argue with you. You are the soul of this department, and I am proud to stand with you through the good times and the tough days. To my family, thank you for supporting me. This job has given me the time to raise Madeline and Yeadon and be there for them. Thank you to my wife, Angeline. You are my rock. You listen to me whine and complain about my problems. Solve and troubleshoot tough issues. That's what it is. And finally, to everyone here, this moment is not just about me. It's about all of us and the incredible journey ahead. Together, we will keep moving forward, honoring our traditions, embracing new challenges, and maybe I'll share a few more stories about the time I couldn't get the engine and pump gear at a car fire. But thank you for your support, your trust, and your shared commitment to excellence. Now let's get the rest of these promotions going so we can all eat some cake. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Steve Jobs once said, and I quote, "It doesn't make sense to hire smart people and tell them what to do. We hire smart people so they tell us what to do." And that philosophy guides how I will build this team and our leadership. And that's exactly why I've selected James Sanders as our next assistant chief. Come on up, James. James and I have worked side by side, earning trust and getting results as elected union leadership. I'm confident we'll bring the same energy, integrity, and collaboration to the leadership of this department. James brings experience, vision, and a strong commitment to the mission, and I look forward to what we'll accomplish together with our personnel and our community. And a big part of why I selected James is not only is he the only one that volunteered to apply for it, is I'm a firm believer in building a team that helps you with your blind spots. And James sees things that I don't, and we often don't necessarily agree on the same things, but we help each other move the organization forward. And so I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you. Mary, you want to swear James in?
Absolutely. The only candidate for a position, what's that like? Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, James Sanders, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the State of Washington and the ordinances of the City of Mount Vernon, Washington, and that I will faithfully and impartially
faithfully and impartially
perform and discharge the duties of Assistant Fire Chief for the City of Mount Vernon in and for the County of Skagit, State of Washington, according to law, and to the best of my ability and understanding. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
There you go. Good job. Okay. I'm really excited for this next promotion. I kind of feel somewhat responsible because when this person got hired here, I was on her initial interview panel. And I will say she's not trying to fill anybody's boots. She's brought her own. And I'm proud to announce the promotion of Denise Goodfellow to the rank of Battalion Chief. Come up here, Denise. Yeah, you come up here too. This is a well-earned milestone that speaks to Denise's dedication, leadership, and grit. This promotion is not just about breaking barriers, it's about setting the standard. She has consistently led with integrity, strength, and heart. Her impact has already been felt across this department, and I know she'll continue to inspire not only the next generation of firefighters, but all who serve beside her. Congratulations.
I, Denise Goodfellow,
I, Denise Goodfellow,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws
and the Constitution and laws
of the State of Washington
of the State of Washington
and the ordinances of
and the ordinances of
the City of Mount Vernon, Washington,
the City of Mount Vernon, Washington,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially
perform and discharge
perform and discharge
the duties of Battalion Chief
the duties of Battalion Chief
for the City of Mount Vernon
for the City of Mount Vernon
in and for the County of Skagit,
in and for the County of Skagit,
State of Washington,
State of Washington,
according to law
according to law,
and to the best of my ability and understanding.
and to the best of my ability and understanding.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Good job. Who do you want to continue? Oh, there she is. Yeah. Okay. The role of captain is one of the most important and difficult jobs in the fire service. Captains are the bridge between strategy and action. I lost my spot. Leadership and execution. They set the tone, uphold our standards, and direct, shape the culture of the crews that they lead. That is why I promoted Kevin Yeadon to the position of captain. Come on up, Kevin. Kevin embodies everything we expect in a fire officer: operational excellence, calm under pressure, and above all, a deep commitment to training and developing others. His dedication to mentoring firefighters and investing in professional growth has left a lasting mark and set a high standard to follow. Congratulations, Kevin. Thanks.
All right, ready, Kevin? All right, right hand. I, Kevin Yeadon,
I, Kevin Yeadon,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws
and the Constitution and laws laws
of the State of
of the
Washington
State of Washington
and the ordinances of
and the ordinances of
the City of Mount Vernon, Washington,
the City of Mount Vernon, Washington,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially
perform and discharge
perform and discharge
the duties of fire captain
the duties of fire captain
for the City of Mount Vernon
for the City of Mount Vernon
in and for the County of Skagit,
in and for the County of Skagit,
State of Washington,
State of Washington,
according to law
according to law
and to the best of my ability and understanding.
and to the best of my ability and understanding. Thanks.
Congratulations.
Who's doing the honors?
I don't know. I think we're in.
Bryn, you're going to do it? All right. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our ceremony of our promotions this afternoon. Thank you all very much.